Hello and welcome. This is Jamie from Exploration. Skylar and I spent a long weekend in the U.S. Virgin Islands in February of 2019. This video highlights everything we crammed into just 2 days exploring St. Thomas. We hiked to where the Caribbean and Atlantic waters meet at the Mermaid's Chair, spent time on the small and secluded sandy beach, hiked and climbed our way to Neltjeberg Beach, enjoyed the magnificent view of Magens Bay from our Airbnb, visited the famous Magens Bay, and lastly, spent time on Coki Beach before heading to the airport to catch our flight. Our adventures started on our drive to Botany Bay. We rented a car at the airport and quickly adjusted to driving on the left side of the road. It's not as scary as it seems for those who are used to driving on the right. Driving anywhere on the island was enjoyable because of the views and winding roads. Botany Bay is a private gated community, but allows visitors who wish to hike to the Mermaid's Chair or Sandy Beach. Visitors must park along the road outside of the gate to the community. We had to check in at the visitor center, which requires a valid photo ID. Once checked in, the attendant provided us with a map to the community and led us through the gate. We began our hike to the Mermaid's Chair. Hike is probably not the best way to describe the experience. It is a paved path through a very nice residential area. But don't let it fool you. The steep hills were a path killer and exhausting, especially on a sunny day. The Mermaid's Chair area was a fun destination for us. It was cool to walk between the Caribbean and Atlantic waters. The beaches here were very rocky, but we didn't mind because we really enjoyed climbing around on the rock formations. When we were ready to relax, we took the path to Sandy Beach. While this beach was small, it was beautiful. We were the only 2 people at this beach. Here we cooled off in the water and enjoyed being out in nature. We would have spent more time here if we had brought more food and water with us. We would have brought our lunch if we would have known how much time we would want to spend here. The worst part of this experience was having to leave this beach and hike back up to the car, mostly uphill. After we checked out at the visitor center, we ate a late lunch and decided we wanted to find the path to Neltjeberg Beach. Skylar had done research and knew the path started at Dorothea Beach. When we arrived at the destination, we didn't think we were in the right place. There was no sign and no designated parking for the beach. It seemed we were in a housing complex, and some of the units had not been cleaned up after the hurricane. We ended up parking the car anyways and walking to the beach. We knew there used to be 2 ways to hike to Neltjeberg Beach. One was through a path in the trees, and the other along the coast on the rocks. We walked to the left and looked in the trees. We couldn't find a clear path, so we decided to take the route on the rocks. We had so much fun climbing around on the giant rocks as the waves crashed below us. At one point, we reached a small sandy area and thought we made it to Neltjeberg. Skylar ended up climbing over just a little bit farther to realize that we had a little bit to go still. Eventually, though, we made it to paradise. We walked along this beach to enjoy every part of it. If we were to go back, we would prepare better. We would bring our travel hammock and snorkel gear. We could spend a whole day at this beach. Unfortunately, during this trip, we had visited near the end of the day. We had to hike back to make it to the car before sunset. And this concluded a very active day on the island of St. Thomas. During our trip, we stayed at a unique Airbnb. It overlooked Magens Bay. It was really hard to leave this view every day. We stayed for 3 nights and spent 2 days in St. Thomas and 1 day in St. John. For more information about visiting St. John, check out the other videos on our YouTube channel. Our second day exploring St. Thomas wasn't quite as jam-packed because we had to make it to the airport. We left early to visit Magens Bay. If you arrive before 8 a.m., you don't have to pay the entrance fee. This is an excellent beach for swimming that is easily accessed, meaning no hiking required for once. We ended up walking along the beach and climbing on some nearby rocks. I had to do one last walk through this open air room that we stayed in. We really enjoyed our time at the Dovelet. The host Selwyn was wonderful. If we make it back to St. Thomas, we would love to stay at this unit again. We fell asleep to the breeze off of Magens Bay every night. After checking out of our Airbnb, we drove to Coki Beach. This was a more touristy area with restaurants and resorts. We ate at Shoreline Bar and Grill on the water before having to drive to the airport. The views from this restaurant are amazing. Overall, we had a wonderful adventure in St. Thomas, and we would love to return someday. For more travel videos, subscribe to our channel and turn the notifications on. As always, thanks for watching.